Man, so I want to talk about that, man, because I mean that was another highlight I saw, in you posting 2021 about the baby, man. And I know
Yeah.
you I don't want to jump into your journey. I want you to tell that journey of how you and your wife got there, because I know y'all been married for quite a few years, and
Yeah.
trying to get to that place where y'all can start a family and such.
Absolutely. Man, yes, my wife Brittany Phillips. She is amazing, and I love her. You hear when
Hmm.
you come up, it's like, I love her more today
Yeah,
than I
yeah,
did before. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But I literally feel like that.
yeah.
After kind of just going through this journey. But yeah, we have been married. We've been together for 15, going on 16
Wow,
years, and married for 12 years as of last
wow.
September. And in November we had our I want to say first, but I also want to say one and only
Uh huh. Uh huh.
baby girl, Asher Zoe, and she's just
Wow.
amazing. And so we're just kind of walking
Yeah.
that journey now, and just
You know, I
feeling
got a
like,
Zoe
man,
too.
yeah,
I got a
yeah,
Zoe too, but
yeah.
I got it's like a 1 out of 6 chance that my child is going to be named after one of your childs,
So
because I got six. So anybody I
right,
talk
right,
to,
right, exactly.
it's a pretty good chance that your child's name might be one of my
So
child's
yeah,
name, because I got so many of them.
and my child has three names, three first names. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's Asher Zoe Kensington Phillips. So we kind of gave her two middle
Ah.
names or three first names, however you
Yeah.
want to slice it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
she has all that. So yeah,
That's good.
somebody's gonna hit that at one point. But yeah, our part of our story with that has just been number one. We were intentional
Okay.
about waiting. We were
Okay.
intentional about waiting, and we also one of the things about my wife is that she is a licensed therapist. She is
Mm.
a psychotherapist, counselor. She has her own, I want to say firm. She has her own practice,
Gotcha.
and she also works within the school system here in Atlanta, Georgia. And but she's amazing in terms of just kind of even helping us and
Hmm.
research and kind of understand some things that are different about our culture, or
Yeah.
what our culture should understand differently
Yeah. Yeah.
about raising kids, and the normalizing of couples waiting and making their
Yeah.
decisions. And
Yeah.
this is not to say that
No.
one
No.
is
No.
wrong or right, but
Right.
what we did was we were intentional about waiting. I was the one who wanted kids a little earlier in our marriage than
Mm.
she was. And she was like, "Look, I want to live a little bit more. I want to enjoy this life. I want to kind of get used to marriage, and you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying."
Yeah.
And she had her undergrad degree, and later went back to get her master's. So we
Yeah.
walked through that as well, and all of those moves and times were intentional and
Yeah.
conversations for us. So that we got to a place where God just allowed us to you know wait and
Yeah. Yeah.
and get certain things done, get to certain
There
places
you
so
go.
that we can say, okay, now we want to now we want to have kids.
Now it's
But then
time.
once
Yeah.
we got to the place of wanting to have kids and starting that journey, we realized that we had some challenges, and we had
Mm.
some health physical challenges with that. And
Wow.
so we walked through a bit of infertility and
Yeah. Yeah.
that journey, and just not knowing if we would have kids.
Yeah.
So it was about 2 years, 2.5 years of just
Wow.
going through treatments and walking through that, and just really trying to see where the
Yeah.
issues lied and all that kind of stuff. So that's a part of our story, and we're just glad to be able to say on this side of it that
Mm.
that we were able to get pregnant,
Yeah.
and the pregnancy was great. The delivery was a whole nother thing. Labor and delivery was a whole other thing. Anybody who has kids know
Oh,
how
I know.
varied that can be.
Oh, yeah.
But we're just overjoyed to have our little girl, and just seeing her light up. When she sees our faces is really all we can ask for. So of
Yeah.
course I'm musical.
Hmm.
She's musical. She's not musical for in her career,
Right.
but
Right.
she
Right.
loves music and all that kind of stuff. So she's gonna our baby's gonna have some type of musical
Yeah.
training
Oh,
and,
yeah. I know
and,
that.
and gift and all that kind of stuff. So we're just looking forward to
Yeah.
seeing what becomes of it.
What becomes of that, man? That's
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that's good though, bro. Like, some people, like you said, everybody's path is different, in
Hmm.
the area of like childbearing,
Yeah.
and having when and where they want to have children.
Hmm.
I don't think I don't think God gave us a choice. We just got
Right.
married, and it was like 2 weeks 2 weeks after we got married, it was the first that we was pregnant with the first child, and then it was just a six.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was, and we got married. This is 16 years for us, about to be
Hmm.
17, and almost this will be 20 years of relationship because we dated for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of that time and we had 6 kids, like the first 6 years of our life with having
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just what of our marriage was, just having children. So
Hmm.
our path was that, and we walked that path. And like I said, but to have people that are being intentional about it because they're trying to build careers, they're trying to build
Hmm.
those things. And like I said, like you said, there's no right or wrong path. But
Right.
if
Right.
if if God puts it in your spirit and in your heart to be intentional about it, then I'm pretty sure there's a reason
Yeah.
behind
Absolutely.
that. And so I think that's admirable of you guys that you took time to plan and organize and know when it's the right time to bring a child
Right.
into a thing. Because if I know you talked about some of your mental health issues and some of the things like that, and so bringing a child into a situation, I'm sure, where you're not completely whole and maybe
Yeah.
she's not completely whole, and neither one of y'all got it. It could be a recipe for chaos, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
And we got to the place where we said it was literally that place where we said, God, as we were experiencing the challenges and trying to treat them and walk through, we said, you know what, if we don't have a baby of our own, if we adopt,
yeah,
because that was another option for us,
yeah,
if we can adopt and we'll be fine.
yeah,
And I've experienced that just different times in my life where that's that journey of faith,
yeah,
where it's like,
exactly.
okay, God, I want this. I believe this is in your will, but and I believe that you can do it. But if you don't, if you choose not to, I'm gonna be okay. Or if
Exactly.
the timing seems like it's going past or whatever. Once we get to the place where we take our hands off of it, it's like, okay, that's when God shows up in some
Exactly.
form. So that
Exactly.
was our story. So we would have been just as content and just as confident
Wow.
in our faith and say, okay, all right, this is what you want. So we'll see what happens from here. Everybody's saying, well, when's the next one coming? Of course, all that. We like,
Look,
nah, we done.
look,
We done.
yeah, because I mean, babies, people don't understand. Babies kick your butt, man. They do. I mean, having a child is good for the people. Like I said, the people on the outside, they get to come pick them up
Right.
and do
Come
all of
in and
that,
out.
drop in and out. But then you're the one having to get up at 2 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, changing diapers, and then still get up and function
Right.
on the day behind that once you wake
Right.
up. So
And one thing for me is like I'm like I said, I'm 44, and
yeah,
starting at 44 is
yeah,
like, wait a minute,
yeah,
But then I had to realize, I have you know big brothers,
there you
mentors,
go.
I'm saying, people around me that have done the same thing. And
Yeah,
at one point I was like, man, I don't want to be 44. I want to be 40 and 5, whatever, trying to just
yeah,
having kids, and you're
yeah.
looking at yourself, okay, well, how old am I going to be when they turn 18? How old am I gonna be? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you can get you can get in your head
Yeah,
about
you
that,
get
and
your
it's
head
like,
about it.
and but then my wife had to help me realize, like, look, you, number one, you're only as old or as young as you feel,
Boom.
and you're not that old guy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
people can call me Unc and all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
kind of carry myself a little
Yeah,
older.
yeah, yeah.
However, I feel good. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
yeah.
don't feel, I don't look. You
No,
look
you
at me,
definitely don't
you
look
might think I'm
44.
in my 30s. I don't know. Hopefully,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But the point is, I can do this. And I had to tell
Exactly.
myself. She was good. I had to tell myself, Trent, you can do this. Number one, it ain't about you. God wants to use you to bring this life into the world.
Exactly.
And so we just been in that space of just making adjustments, probably more me than her, but
Yeah.
just making life adjustments. Okay, well, what does this look like now for
Yeah.
balance? What does this look like
Yeah,
now
that's what I was
for,
going to ask.
you
Yeah.
know, work life or work play balance or whatever you want to say about it. So yeah, that's kind of where we are, is trying to figure that place out and just make adjustments.
Yeah, man. But it's there's no joy greater, than having, having that stewardship over another life, another
Yeah.
being. The guys, I tell my wife all the time, I said, we are pair rents,
Hmm.
emphasize on the word rent, which means we're renting these children. You
Wow.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
they don't totally belong to us. Honestly, at the end of the day, they belong to the Lord.
Hmm.
Because they're His. Yes, we facilitated. We were the vehicle that brought them here, but ultimately
Right.
they're God's creation. They're God's image. So we are parents. God is allowing us to rent these children. On their while they're here. On earth,
Yeah.
and be able to be a part of their growth and their development. And it's a beautiful thing watching where I'm at. See, I got teenagers in the house now.
Hmm.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing me. And that's the beautiful thing about what children do. They allow you to see you,
So
and
yeah.
you start seeing all of your quirks, and you start really. Children are a mirror, and then you find yourself yelling at them about things, and then you look back and you be like,
Yep.
that was me. That was and all of my children carry each one of my children carry one of my very identifiable characteristics. Like
Wow. Yeah.
it's like each one of them have like a thing about me that is like prevalent. Like the lazy part of me, I look at a son, one of my sons, I'm like, yeah, I get like that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the productive part of me, I got a son that's highly productive, and I look at him and I be like, that's that's me. When I get in that mode, that's how I am. And then the talkative part of me, because that's why I call my YouTube channel for my podcast John Mike Talks, because if anybody can talk, I can talk. And I got a daughter that can talk, and she comes in and she just starts running her mouth, and I'm just looking like, that's me. And so they gotta allow parents, allow you as parents to see yourself, and it helps grow you, and it helps you, stay in touch with who you are and where you're going, man. So